everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger, here with my new Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, April 17th through Sunday, April 23rd, 2023. For this week's Empowered Moments video, we're going to be using the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha for the main message for everyone. And then your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Gateway of Light Activation deck by Kyle Gray. So this week we have an important and powerful new moon solar eclipse in the last degree of Aries. And that's a big deal because the last new moon we had, although not a solar eclipse, was at 0 degrees of Aries. So this is the second new moon in a row that is in the same sign of the zodiac. The first one a month ago at the 0 degree point. This one now, this week, is at the 29th and last degree of Aries, a critical degree in astrology, and also again a solar eclipse. So before we get into the astrology, before we show you your stones of choice for that special message card a little bit later, let's go ahead and close our eyes, relax our bodies, and clear our minds to do an empowered moment. So start out by taking a couple of deep breaths with the intention of getting yourself centered and grounded. Visualizing golden white light from God, Source, Universe, Great Spirit, all that is, shining down upon you and all around you and through your crown chakra. Imagining, visualizing, sensing, feeling, or just knowing that that golden white light is here for protection and guidance, for activation and messages. And again, it's flowing through your crown chakra, visualizing it going through the crown chakra, through the third eye chakra, and down all of the chakras through your body, all the way down to the root chakra. And as it moves through the root chakra, it goes into Earth Mother Gaia, down, down, down into Earth Mother Gaia. It becomes your grounding cord. Your grounding cord into Earth Mother Gaia. Visualizing going down, down into the earth, all the way down into her beautiful golden yellow core of crystalline energy. And see that grounding cord securing itself into the heart chakra of Earth Mother Gaia. So now you're grounded in the presence of this nurturing energy, and you're connected to the higher vibrational energies of the cosmos, the universe, and all that is. And just take a moment now and breathe in that essence, that energy from both above and below, breathing it into every cell of your body. That golden white light from the universe, that nurturing golden yellow light from Earth Mother Gaia. Another deep breath and breathing that in, and as you exhale and you're centered and grounded and connected and uplifted with these beautiful energies, I want you to take a moment and call in your angels, guides, master guides, and teachers of the highest vibration of light. Invite in the archangels, the ascended masters, and our ancestors of the light, our star family of the light, healers of the light. Know that they're there. Perhaps you see them or sense them, or maybe you even hear them, or maybe you just know that they're there. And focusing now on this energy of the new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees and 50 minutes of Aries. And consider now and think back what you were doing a month ago during the last new moon at 0 degrees of Aries. What were you activating in your life? What were you initiating in your life? What new beginnings or activations were occurring in your life a month ago? What intentions did you have as we moved into the spring equinox here in the Northern Hemisphere? And knowing now that in this new moon solar eclipse in the last degree of Aries, it's a chance to bring your focus back around to whatever those intentions and new beginnings were, giving them a boost of energy, an activation of energy. New moons are about new beginnings, but this one being at the last degree of Aries also brings in the idea of completions, endings, healing, and releasing. The solar eclipse magnifies and intensifies these energies of endings and new beginnings in our lives. And this one is especially powerful as it actually connects with Pluto, planet of death, rebirth, transformation, regeneration, change, big change. So breathe in that energy, breathing in the new beginnings, the initiations, the activations of something new, and as you exhale, release and let go of what your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. Asking your angels and guides, your ancestors, those of the highest vibration of light, to lead you and guide you and assist you on the next step on your path forward. Telling them thank you, feeling and showing gratitude for their assistance. And let's take one more deep, healing, cleansing, balancing breath. And when you're ready and in your own time, you can open your eyes and return to this time and place and space. And get ready to look at your stones of choice. So this is a little special. They're stones, but they're also animal totems. And I went to a metaphysical fair not too long ago, and I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but this was a different and second metaphysical fair. Those two metaphysical or psychic fairs were within 1 week of each other in 2 different places. So this was at the second fair that I went to, and this lovely lady had so many crystals and stones and totems, and it was all just crystals and stones of various types, different shapes and sizes. And this actually caught my eye. So we're going to show you these stones and talk about the qualities of the stones, but we're also going to tell you what the qualities of the animal totem are as well. So listen carefully. So the first one, isn't that beautiful? This is an opalite butterfly. The stone is opalite. It's a butterfly. So the opalite stone, it improves communication on all levels, especially the spiritual level. It removes energy blockages in all of the chakras, and it helps to assist one during transitions of all kinds. The butterfly totem is for new love, joy, and health. New beginnings are near. Time to move from one stage of life to the next. Opportunities will present themselves. A time of emergence, fertility, and creativity. Heightened psychic and spiritual perceptions. Okay. Your second stone of choice. And I love these all so much, I don't even know which one I'm going to choose. I'm going to have to think about this. This is a rabbit. And I don't know if you can see, there's little flecks of red ruby in this rabbit. So this is a ruby zoisite rabbit. So the ruby zoisite, the stone itself, inspires us to live in greater joy and gratitude. The green zoisite is for growth and fertility. The ruby is for passion and vitality. And together, this combination celebrates living in the moment and letting go of all fear. Now, the rabbit is about proper use of cycles and rhythms, and it has a cycle of 28 days active in our lives when associated with it. Long, fast jumps and hops forward with this one. A cycle of fertility is manifesting in our lives, and be patient and don't force movement. Okay, and then our third stone of choice, and this one was it was so unique. I mean, they're all beautiful and unique. This one is a rose quartz dragonfly, and the wings are made with 2 rose quartz hearts. Isn't that cool? And so the rose quartz dragonfly, the rose quartz is a stone of universal love and self-love. It helps to restore trust and harmony in relationships, opens our heart on all levels, reassurance, acceptance, forgiveness, heals emotional wounds, and assists us with healing our sense of self-worth, and it's associated with goddess energy. The dragonfly is about trusting in the power of light. Perceptions are sharp and accurate now. It's time to give expression to who we truly are. Now is the time to shine. Creative, imagination, healing, and transformation. All right, so let's look at those again. We've got the opalite butterfly. We've got the ruby zoisite rabbit. And we've got the rose quartz. Let's see if I can hold it from up here so you can see the bottom part. The rose quartz dragonfly. Okay. So while you think about that, let's go ahead and talk about the astrology for the week. So on Wednesday and Thursday, the 19th and 20th of April, depending on what part of the world you're in, is when we have that new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees, 50 minutes. Just to give you some perspective on that, there's 60 minutes and 1 degree, right? So it's only 10 minutes away from moving into Taurus. So again, it's right at that last degree, at the very last portion of that degree. And so Aries, new beginnings, new starts, initiation, leadership, take charge, courage, confidence, independence, individuality. That's all what Aries energy is about. Again, new moons, new beginnings. Solar eclipses magnify and intensify those new beginnings. And again, it's at that last degree, which brings in this idea, though, of some sort of completion energy as well. And because that last new moon a month ago was at the 0 degree point of Aries, again, think back to what were you initiating or activating about a month ago? And what can you do as far as taking steps, taking confidence, courageous steps forward now to activate a little bit more of that passionate, vital Aries fire energy. Now, this new moon solar eclipse is in a challenging square aspect to Pluto, which is in Aquarius, the 0 degree point of Aquarius. Now, this is an out of sign square. That's what we call it in astrology, is an out of sign square, because to be a true square, Pluto would still have to be at the 29th degree of Capricorn, but it's now in the 0 degree point of Aquarius. So it's still very close because, again, the new moon solar eclipse is at the last degree of Aries, less than 10 minutes away of moving into Taurus, the next sign of the zodiac, which would make it a true, accurate, challenging square aspect to Pluto. So it's still a square because it's really, really close. But Pluto is about death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, and big changes. It's about renewal and transition. So there's something big happening here on a collective level, as well as maybe on a personal level too. It all depends on where it lands in your astrological chart, if it's hitting any planets. In fact, I highly urge you to look at where 29 degrees Aries falls in your astrological chart to see where this solar eclipse is activating for you. Okay, so just a mere 4 hours later after this solar eclipse, the sun does move into Taurus. 4 hours later, the sun moves into Taurus, where it's going to be for the next month's time, right? This is the time of year that the sun typically moves into Taurus. So now for the next month, from the 19th, 20th of April, we're focused on matters of our values, our personal resources, our sense of self-worth, money, finances. All of those things are Taurus ruled. And then 8 hours after the sun moves into Taurus, so that would be 12 hours after the solar eclipse, so we're still in the same day here, or in the same 24-hour period of time, the sun then squares Pluto. So the moon actually, right, is squaring Pluto first, and then the sun, because it moves into Taurus, will then square Pluto exactly. So what's another thing Pluto can be about? It can be about power and control issues, right? He's the power planet. So there could be, because our sun is how we shine our light and it's our sense of ego and individuality, there could be some power and control issues with other people. And again, if this is on a collective level, there could be power and control issues. I was going to say bring about power and control issues between groups of people, countries, other things of that nature. So watch what's happening, watch what's being activated with the solar eclipse. Also, because we're having a new moon solar eclipse this week, that means in 2 weeks' time, when we have a full moon, it's going to end up being a full moon lunar eclipse. So there's going to be more to talk about. That's going to be in the very first week of May. So we're in eclipse season here, where there's big, intensified, magnified changes, endings, new beginnings, shifts that are occurring on the planet on a collective as well as, again, an individual or personal level. And then we skip to Friday the 21st. Friday the 21st is when Mercury, planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions, our communications, messages, is going to turn to retrograde motion at 15 degrees of Taurus, right at the middle of Taurus. It's going to retrograde back all the way to 5 degrees of Taurus. So it's going to stay in Taurus for its whole retrograde cycle. Now, it actually, Mercury, went into its shadow as of April 7th. So as of April 7th, and actually when I think back, I remember before April 7th, I was already experiencing, for some reason, some Mercury retrograde things going on in my life, right? Because it can cause technology issues with computers and phones. It can cause missed appointments, miscommunication, and I was experiencing that even before the 7th. But it went into its shadow officially on April 7th. It actually, once it turns back to direct motion, which is about 3 weeks' time from the 21st of April, it's not technically out of its shadow period until June 1st. So we're still, during this whole time period of this Mercury retrograde, going over, revising, redoing, researching, all of those RE words in our lives, reevaluating, anything that deals with Taurus energy, which again is personal resources, which we think of money and finances, but it can also be our time, our gifts, our efforts. Taurus is a sign of effort and work. So all of these things are resources that we have. And we're, again, reevaluating these things. We're reevaluating what we value, who we value, what we value in our lives. We're reevaluating our sense of self-worth, value in ourselves. So a lot of this energy is going to transpire here for the next almost month and a half, well, until June 1st. But this is a pretty powerful week. So that's all the astrology highlights for the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides from the Syrian Starseed Tarot. All right, so I always get really powerful messages from this deck, and I use this deck because it's eclipse season or solar eclipse week. So the first card here, as we turn it over, it's Major Arcana 13, and it says transition. Remember, we talked about Pluto, transformation, change, transition. And so this traditionally is the death card in the traditional tarot, and the death card is about death and rebirth. It doesn't necessarily mean it's something literal, but this is about us going through a death and rebirth on a personal, internal, energetic level, or the collective going through some sort of death and rebirth. And again, I like that it says transition down here. We're going through some sort of energetic transition. You can see the soul. Excuse me, I brought my water this time. We see the soul going through this portal of energy into a new, different kind of dimension. Now, again, it doesn't mean that we're literally leaving our physical bodies and moving into the next dimension or another dimension. This could be in our dream time. This could be energetic. This could be evolutionary, where we're moving from third to fourth to fifth and higher dimensions. This could be moving into other planes of reality, connecting with energies like our star family or archangels or ascended masters, our ancestors, where we're communing with them. Maybe we're connecting with the Akashic records. You know, I'm loving that I'm getting certified in the Akashic Records course that I'm taking. So we're moving in and out of a different realm is what this is all about. And we're going through a huge death, rebirth, transformation, change, and transition with this new moon solar eclipse that's activating us in different ways. Now, again, this could be something situational or circumstantial. This could be, again, energetic with our perceptions, belief systems. Could be transitions in relationships, romantic, business, family, friends. So this can take place in a variety of ways. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next card. And the next card is Major Arcana 6, which is the Lovers, okay? Now, I always go beyond the idea of relationships with this card. I mean, sure, if I do a reading for somebody and I get the Lovers card, they're asking about relationships. Of course, it's going to relate to our relationships with people, right? And this is relationships of all kinds. But the Lovers card in the traditional tarot also is about choices. It talks about choices that we need to make. If you think about it being the 6th major arcana, which you probably have a hard time seeing that at the top there. But the number 6, if you think about what is the geometric shape for the number 6, it's an upward pointing triangle, and it's connected or overlaying a downward pointing triangle. It creates what might be called a Star of David or a 6-pointed star, or if we kind of expand that into more of a shape in all kind of directions of time and space. Now we have a Merkaba, right? And so this energy is as above, so below. We have choices, we have possibilities, we have potentials. And again, I'm not sure how well you can actually see the card, but we've got what looks like a sun down here at the bottom, new moon solar eclipse, solar meaning sun. And we've got these energies coming out of the sun. And actually within these colorful energies, there is the Lovers here, a man and a woman. So again, I don't necessarily think about just a one-on-one relationship, although that definitely is a potential that is coming up in this week for people, where there's transition or changes in how we operate in relationships, our perceptions of relationships, these situations in relationships. But I also want to think that this new moon solar eclipse is activating higher connections with new people. So let's look at it that way. It's activating, again, higher connections, maybe otherworldly connections with loved ones or ancestors or people on other planes of reality, but also maybe new connections with new people in this third dimensional reality that we're living in. where we're connecting more with our tribe. We're connecting with new people, new friends, new associations. We're connecting with people on this kind of higher plane of reality here. So I like to think that that is also what's going on with the Lovers card here. And, these connections, just like, the lovers in an embrace here, these connections of a higher level are ones where our values are similar, our life purposes could be similar, in other words, we're all on some sort of path towards evolution, growth, sharing our gifts, talents, sharing the light, activating, awakening, assisting, guiding, empowering people. Those are the types of people that this new moon solar eclipse can activate. So you might want to take action because it is an Aries new moon solar eclipse, and Aries is the sign of action. It's ruled by Mars, the warrior. So let's take action to make that happen. I just connected with a couple of new groups lately, right? So I'm networking myself out there, taking a chance, maybe taking a risk. I don't feel like it's a risk really, but it's like taking a leap of faith here and connecting with something new to foster some of these new connections. Okay. And then the last card, oh my gosh, these are all major arcana cards, you guys. We had major arcana 13 for transition, major arcana 6 for the lovers. Now we have major arcana 11, which is divine justice. And what's interesting about this is that the universal month energy for April, if you watched my monthly Empowered Moments video, the universal month energy is a master number 11, which is this card in the tarot. This is the 11th major arcana, and it's the justice card. So what is divine justice? Here we are, Lady Justice, blindfolded, holding the scales of justice. She's in the cosmos. Again, it has this, feeling of the universe, the cosmos, all that is, creation. To me, this is about the scales of justice coming into balance. The new moon solar eclipse is activating something on a collective level to where if there was any kind of karmic challenges, whether it be personally or collectively, those are going to start to rebalance themselves. I'm not going to say it's happening all at once, but there's a rebalancing of the scales that's going on here. She's blindfolded, so she can't necessarily see what's happening or occurring, but she feels or senses it, right? She's using her clairsentient ability because her eyes are blindfolded. So instead, and maybe clairaudience too, let's use our clairaudient hearing, let's use our clairsentience feeling, and let's even use our claircognizant of inner knowing, because we can't necessarily see the changes or the rebalancing of the karmic scales in our lives or in the collective level quite yet, but it is occurring. It's going to occur. Justice will be served. So if you have been a light worker and you've been a good person and you do things for other people, you care about them, you love on them, you nurture them, all of these things where we're sharing our gifts, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're definitely one of those people, then the karmic scales of justice are going to rebalance for you to receive blessings, to receive back. It's like what comes around goes around. If you've given off light and positive energy, you're going to receive light and positive energy back. If you've given blessings to people, you're going to receive blessings back. So know that this is a good card. In fact, all of these cards to me are really sharing a very positive message to where we're transforming. We're transforming and we're moving into higher dimensions, connecting with higher dimensional energies, fostering new relationships and higher connections here. Those things and more are being activated with the solar eclipse, and the karmic scales of justice are starting to right themselves as we move into eclipse season. So anything that is not vibrating to its highest potential in your life right now, either within yourself or outside of yourself, those things may start to release and drop away, especially as we get to the full moon lunar eclipse in a couple of weeks. So releasing, letting go, things falling away, energies, belief systems, patterns falling away. and activation of the new way, the new path, new opportunities, new potentials in your life. So that's a very positive reading. Let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card depending on your stone of choice. So the first stone of choice was the opalite butterfly. Opalite butterfly. Let's give this a little shuffle and ask for the true divine message for the opalite butterfly people. Opalite butterfly. What's their special message? This one's calling my attention as I open my eyes. We've got Halls of Amente, initiation. Halls of Amente, initiation. And the message at the bottom says, secrets revealed. And I'm going to say that the secrets revealed will come incrementally because that new or that full moon lunar eclipse in 2 weeks is in Scorpio. And Scorpio can be about secrets. So it's like, that lunar eclipse may unearth, with that full moon, unearth some of the secrets. So secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, your gifts, talents, and abilities that have maybe been dormant or not fully activated. Those treasures are going to be uncovered. Blessings are going to be uncovered. And then the last thing it says here is initiations. So Halls of Amente, initiations. Go ahead and research. What are the Halls of Amente? And what is that, what is that all about? And how can that relate to these secrets revealed and treasures uncovered and initiations? Here again, we've got what looks like almost a portal of energy, right? It's almost like we're in this grand room of some sort. To me, this almost feels like I'm in a past life already here. Like I'm going into one of my past lives. Like I'm really drawn to Egypt and Greece and Lemuria, the Native American culture, this Syrians, the Lyrians, as far as my star family. So I'm already kind of in this other worldly realm or past life, but I'm going deeper. Like I feel like this is going deeper through this portal of energy into even a greater depth of the cosmos, a deeper kind of dive into what is the meaning of all of life and what is my purpose here. Almost like diving into the Akashic Records, right? So I'm diving deeper and finding out more, and I'm allowing this initiation to take place. I might know a lot already because I'm in this kind of, past life, and I know about some of my gifts and talents and some of my past life connections, but I'm needing to take a deeper dive here. Okay. Perfect. Let's put that card back in the deck. Let's go ahead and take a look for the Ruby Zoisite Rabbit. The Ruby Zoisite Rabbit. What's their special message? Ruby Zoisite Rabbit. Okay, this one's calling my attention when I open my eyes. Well, this is a stellar gateway activation. Kind of has a similar feeling. Stellar gateway activation. And this one says infinite potential and manifestation vortex. Well, that's great, right? We're entering into this portal of manifestation, into this vortex of infinite possibilities. So this stellar gateway activation, again, it feels like I'm going through a portal of time, space, right? You could actually just do a visualization of this, right? In meditation, doing a visualization and seeing this kind of beautiful portal that opens up in the cosmos. Maybe it's this golden yellow color here. Within this portal, here are some pyramids, right? Like the pyramids of Egypt. Now this could be a portal into, again, a past life. Maybe it's, could be Atlantis, or it could be Greece, or it could be, one of several different past lives that you had. Maybe it's a Celtic past life, right? But this is a stellar gateway activation, almost like the standing stones in Outlander, right? I'm going to go through this portal, this activation through this portal, and end up in another time-space reality, which they say, of course, there's no such thing as time, and we're living all time simultaneously. So again, we can go wherever it is we want to go in our meditation time, in our dream time too, but our waking meditation time, we can do that. And, it almost looks like there's some energy here that's coming down from the cosmos and activating this portal to open up so that you can go through where, again, there's infinite potential and manifestation energy that is being activated. So it'll help you to manifest your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, the next step on your path. Okay, great. And then for the Rose Quartz Dragonfly, what is their special message for this week? Rose Quartz Dragonfly. This one's calling my attention here. Oh no, really? Halls of Amente, again. Holy cow. Halls of Amente initiation. And by the way, I think both of these said initiation. And not all of these are initiation cards. Like for instance, this one says Venetian Galactal Council, right? So they're not all activations, but this week all three stones have activation energies going on. Now, I don't know, honestly, I'm a little embarrassed to say I don't know what the Halls of Amente are. I'd have to go research that myself. But apparently, since two out of the three stones have the Halls of Amente initiation, we want to know what that's about. In fact, I'm going to go through and kind of divine with my pendulum which stone of choice is mine, which card am I supposed to listen to. But both of these are very, very positive, powerful cards. Secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. So Halls of Amente initiations, folks. All right, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this weekly Empowered Moments. Again, if you haven't already watched the monthly Empowered Moments video for the month of April, please go to my YouTube channel and watch that. Check out my website, Sacred Soul Empowerment. I added a couple of new services on there, updated, I think, 1 or 2 services with some new information. I'm doing, what am I going to say? Monthly, I'm doing new moon guided meditations and full moon guided meditations. So if you are on my newsletter list, you'll see Zoom links for those new moon and full moon meditation, activation, Zoom events. And then there's always Cards and Coffee with Colleen and Carrie. My good friend Carrie and I, once a month, get on and talk about energies of the collective. And then we pick people from the Zoom studio audience to do mini readings for. I think the next one is, the next one is going to be about a month from now because we just had it on the 16th. So check that out as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, sending you all lots of love and light and many blessings, especially for this new moon solar eclipse. Namaste, everybody.